I mixed up some...
Wow.
I forgot.
What happened there?
Hey folks, welcome to the channel.
Hello.
So today I am making some turtles.
Yes. Yes, you are. You appear to have another delivery.
Well, yes, this, once again, there is a conspiracy between you and delivery drivers, because it seems that no matter what day I order things on and plan for them to arrive,
Yep.
you always seem to manage to from home on the day of delivery. And
Yeah.
I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong, because
I'll tell you what you're doing wrong.
my plan was to sneak this into the house, put this on the top shelf, leave it for a month or so, and then just go, we've had these ages, what are you talking about? Surely you remember. And you'd have gone, no, I don't listen to you. And that would have been the end of it. But because you were here for the delivery, there was the whole, we seem to have a delivery, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That went on and on and on and on.
Well,
And then I had the most amazing idea.
did you not? Did you actually remember it?
I did.
Oh, wow.
I did. So these are the new Zen turtles from Let's Resin.
Yeah.
And I got them from the US Amazon site because they're not currently available in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So how did you get them then?
I went on the US Amazon site and said, I want some.
So even though you can't get them from the UK Amazon delivered to the UK,
Yeah, you can get them
you
from
can
the
get
US.
them from the US Amazon delivered to the UK.
Yes.
That makes sense.
No, not really. But anyway, so I got them and I was super happy. And I explained to you that you could make Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with them.
Yeah.
And that pretty much stopped you in your tracks.
That was me sold then.
And you were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Yeah.
So
that's coming to a video soon.
yeah, happy days.
Yeah.
So all I have to do, whenever I buy something, I've sussed it out. What I need to do is figure out what Kirk can make from said mould, and happy days will forever be there. Anyhow, one thing that I absolutely love about Let's Resin moulds is they always put on the mould itself how much it takes.
Oh, is that what it is? I was there for ages when I was editing this, trying to figure out what you were doing. I was just like, you're destroying the mould.
No, I find it really difficult to see because I'm as blind as a bat. So all I do is I get a Sharpie and I just highlight it. And it doesn't show fantastically on camera, I'll grant you. But when you're actually looking at it with my blind eyes, I can see it really well. So, yeah, that's what I was doing.
Wow. It's almost like they've actually put some thought into that.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really, really clever idea.
Yeah.
Now, my plan for the first run of turtles, because I've now actually made these things 3 times.
Yeah.
But this is the first ever time. So, this is their maiden voyage. I mixed up some...
Wow.
I forgot.
What happened there?
So, let me explain. It's about 90 degrees in the shade today in our craft cave. And I thought I'd put some sparkle in. And I don't know if you can see that little grey thing behind the mixer. That's a fan. And I've... I had that running.
Full blast.
Full blast, completely forgot. So when I went to put sparkle into the resin, it went whoosh. And I thought, oh, okay, well.
So that explains why you were covered in glitter that day.
Yeah, I was like something from the Twilight films. I was sparkly.
I don't know, I've never seen them.
Well, you know about the spark. You know they have sparkly vampires, don't you?
No.
They have seriously vampires. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. Sparkly vampires.
So you're saying that, like, if you say it so enough times that I'm going to go, oh.
No, they're right. They have. It's about vampires, right?
Yeah, I got that bit.
And the vampires
Sparkly.
sparkle in the sun.
I thought they like spontaneously combust.
Yes, exactly. Vampires are supposed to either it's just wrong. Anyway, I digress. Shocker.
Glad I haven't watched it now.
My plan, and it was a cunning plan, is to just try and get some of the sparkle shell into the shells of the mould.
Yeah.
Now, in theory, that is a fantastic plan. In reality, when I put the shells into the resin, it all sunk to the bottom and didn't pour out. So I was a little bit put out by it not following my my plan. So I had to pour some out of the mould so that I could pour some shelly resin into it. So at this point, I was questioning my life choices and wondering if I actually wanted these turtle moulds in the first place.
Wouldn't it have been easier just to put the shells in there and then just put the resin in?
That's a great help now. Thanks.
Did you not think of that?
No, I didn't. I did not think of that.
Wow.
But I shall certainly take that on board for the next time I make these stupid things.
Wow.
Anyway, this is the following day. Shut up. It's not funny. This is the following day when the shells are nice and dry. And I've taken some of the Tiny Turner Starlight and I'm just burnishing that onto the shell. Now I know that you're supposed to have it tacky for it to burnish perfectly, etc, 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 but I specifically want it to be not a thick layer of the mica. I want it to be I want there to be some negative spaces where it's almost not there. I want it to be quite...
So what you're saying is that you were burnishing it, but if you missed any, it was on purpose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying exactly. No, because I haven't missed any, but in some places it's gone on it's gone on better than in others.
Okay.
And I'm absolutely fine with that. So I did that to all three of the moulds.
Yeah.
And then it was on to filling them up.
Yeah.
And I decided to go for a turquoise, and I cannot tell you how long I spent deciding on these colours because I ummed and ahed about all turquoise, all blue, bit of both.
I'm surprised that you actually made a decision.
I was there for quite some time. In fact, you can probably see it's dark now. It was light when I started.
Yeah, this is the next day dark.
Yeah, so now, before anybody says your cup is too full, etc., I know the cup's too full.
Your cup's too full.
I'm fine with that. It's only in there for 3 minutes, and then it gets split into 2 cups. So I don't want to hear anybody going, your cup's too full, don't do this, blah, blah, blah. You do you, I do me, everybody's happy.
Why would the cup be too full?
Because you're not supposed to have them that full. It can encourage a flash cure.
Oh, right, okay. I've mixed up cups like that.
No, you haven't.
I have.
No, you haven't done that.
I have.
No,
I have loads of times.
We've never done that sort of thing.
I do all the time.
They'll come for us in droves.
In droves?
In droves.
Well, okay. Bring it on.
Yeah, so I know that the cup is a bit too full, but I'm not going to lie. I hate cleaning cups, and it's literally in there for about 3.5 minutes. And then I split it into 2. Whereas if I'd made it into 2 in the first place...
You'd have had to clean 2 paddles.
I'd have had to have done 2 paddles. And I can't be doing with that. No. Even though they're nice and easy to clean, I still can't be doing with it. So that's why. Anyway, moving on. Swiftly.
Yeah.
Swiftly moving on.
That wasn't swiftly.
It was... For us, it was swiftly.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, you've got to put it all into context, haven't you?
Yeah.
I then stirred into the resin, into 1 cup, my turquoisey colour.
Yeah.
Which is from Just Resin. It's one of their luster pigments. And,
look at it lustering.
Look at it. I can see why they call it a luster pigment. It's because you look at it and then you get lustery.
Lustery?
Lustery.
Are you feeling lustery?
I'm from Gloucester. I'm always feeling lustery.
Okay. I was just trying to work in a patio joke, but I got nothing.
You got nothing, have you? Not appropriate. Anyway.
When have I ever been appropriate? When
have you ever been appropriate?
Yeah.
November 30th, 2013. At around 4:10.
That was like just while I was waiting for you for our first date.
Yes.
Been downhill ever since.
And it's been downhill ever since. Yeah. Anyway, so I decided to go with the turquoise and the candy blue.
That's a nice blue. I like that
blue. Again, from the luster range of Just Resin.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd have a go at not marbling, but...
No, I've watched the video. It's definitely not marbling.
No, it's not marbling, but I didn't want a marble effect. I wanted just a sort of a mishmash. I wanted a mishmash effect. That's what I wanted. A mishmash.
A mishmash.
Yeah, I wanted a mishmash.
So sort of a marble effect.
Well, yeah, but I didn't want it to look... Because you don't get blue marble, as far as I know. I mean, you might do, but I've never heard of a blue marble. So I didn't want a marble effect.
Okay.
I wanted it to be...
Swirly.
Yeah. I wanted to... When you look at it, you get... Like, if you look at it in one light, I wanted it to be turquoise. And if you looked at it from another angle, I wanted it to look blue.
Right, okay.
That's what I wanted.
Okay.
Whereas marble, it's one colour with
and
veins.
You see, yeah.
Yeah, which I didn't want. I didn't want that distinguished difference.
Yeah. Okay.
Distinguished difference? Oh, God. Blimey. Losing the ability to speak. Anyway, that's what I wanted. So, I did that in this one.
Okay.
And I thought resin does what resin does, so it's all going to whistle in together, but without becoming one solid colour.
Like blend together?
Yeah, I didn't want him to completely... I didn't want them to mix together so that they were like a darker version of the turquoise. I wanted it to be...
A bit of blue,
a bit of blue, bit of turquoise. That's that was what I was aiming for. Whether or not I succeed is a whole different ballgame. But that was my intent. So this is the first one, and I give it a good squish with
isopropyl. Which then breaks the surface tension, and then it all starts running down the back.
Well, whilst just now, onto the moulds. Whilst Just Resin, not Just Resin, Into Resin.
Yeah.
Not Into Resin, Let's Resin.
Yeah.
They're all called something resin, aren't they? I mean, have some imagination. But Into Resin, no, Just Resin. Oh my God! Can we change this, please?
No.
Please. Right. Let's Resin have made these moulds.
Yes.
And whilst these moulds are very good in certain aspects, I personally found that they don't stand up for toffee.
Now, I actually contacted them about these turtles.
Did you?
I did.
You contacted Let's Resin?
I did.
And what did they say?
I said, these turtles don't stand up very well with the resin because you've had one that's fallen over.
Yeah.
And their answer was, that's how the molds are supposed to be. Pour in the resin slower. That was their answer.
I'm sorry, what difference does it make how fast I pour the resin in?
Don't know, but that's what their response was. Because if anybody wants to see the response, I'm more than happy to show them. But they actually said, I said to them that, the support at the bottom
is not strong enough.
It's not strong enough. So you can see it wobbling there where you just knocked it a little bit.
Yeah.
But their response was pour it in slower.
There you go. Can you see how
those pillars start to bend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What difference does it make the speed that I pour the resin in? Because surely once the resin's in, that's when the support needs to be strong.
Yeah.
Well, okay. It's a real shame because I would have expected a slightly better answer from such a large, reputable company.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, there you go. Now that is a fully cured piece that has been moved and falls straight off because the supports are absolutely rubbish. And on the one on the right, you can actually see how much it's bent.
Yeah.
What has the speed of resin pour got to do with that? I wish you told me that before, because now I feel I'm ranting. Anyway, I apologise for the rant, people. But that has made me quite cross.
Yeah.
Because, you know, moulds aren't cheap. Well, they are if you go to Temu.
Yeah.
As that you can get this for like £2.38 on Temu. So.
That's probably, yeah.
And I would.
Yeah, for Temu, you'd expect something
I would expect
a bit more
that.
friendly.
But when I've paid, you know, 5 times the price from a reputable company, I expect a slightly higher quality of mould.
Yeah.
And it turns out that this isn't, which was really, I found personally really disappointing.
I did also ask them if they've got like a housing or something, but they said no.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, now you've made me rant on video.
Yeah.
That's really not...
Nikki's rant.
Wow. It's annoying. Anyway, I demoulded the first one. And you can see that shell flash in the back. So I was quite happy with that one.
Yeah, no, that looks cool.
So it came out, and I love how they look. I just don't like making them.
Just because it's so unstable.
Just because they are so unstable. Yeah, absolutely. And in the next video, I actually make some out of Aquacast.
Those ones are for me.
And not in the actual next video, but in the next video where I use these moulds, I make them from Aquacast, and Baz has to make an appearance.
We haven't actually told them who Baz is.
Oh, Baz is the bag of rice. We've named it.
Yeah, we've named the rice now because he's made so many appearances.
Yeah.
So the basmati rice.
It's actually long grain, but you don't know that.
No.
Because I've drawn a face on him to hide the long grain.
We've given him a face, and we've named him Baz.
Well, it was named Basil originally, but then I got lazy and just shortened it to Baz. It's a lot of effort saying Basil. Anyway, this is the second mould.
Yeah.
And again, I am not impressed with the mould at all. The mould itself, the shape, the design is fantastic, but the quality of the mould and the supports are rubbish. Don't recommend it at all. Not at all.
Get the Temu one.
Get a cheap one. That would be my advice, particularly in view of the advice from the company that say we'll pour it slower. Then okay then.
Yeah. No, I'll show you the email.
Yeah. So that's the second one.
Yeah.
And then the third one.
Very exciting.
Very exciting, I know. You need a drum roll for sort of moments like this.
I can put a drum roll in.
I don't think you should.
Okay.
I
can't put a drum roll in then.
No, it was a rhetorical sort of thing. It wasn't a serious suggestion.
Was it not?
No. Not today.
Okay. So they look quite difficult to demould as well.
They are quite difficult, but they're not as difficult as the axolotl if you've got one of those.
Oh, nothing's as difficult as
the axolotl remains the most difficult thing to demould.
What about that dragon mould?
Which dragon mould?
The candle dragon.
Oh, yeah, that remains the hardest thing to demould, followed by the axolotl, followed by these. There you go. So, unfortunately, a bit of the sparkle went into the back of his head.
That's all right.
But I thought, you know what? You should only really be looking at the front of him anyway, so it's fine.
Well, why put sparkles in the back of his shell then?
Because they were in the shell. Look, shush. That's.
If you should only be looking at the front,
I see the flaw in my logic there. Okay, so when you look at the back of him, you should only look at the
shell.
At shell part and not his head.
Look at the head.
Yeah. So
okay.
That was the extras.
Spawned yet another turtle.
Well, yeah. I had extras. So what else am I supposed to do with the extras?
We should do like a little like competition where they have to guess how many turtles we have got now.
There's no point because I've already told them.
Loads.
I think I've got about 30 now.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to count them.
I've definitely got less than 30.
Less than 30?
Less than 30.
So we're still in double digits.
So it's between 20 and 30. I would say.
Okay.
When you say how many turtles, are you counting all of the ones in this room?
Everywhere in this
or
house. Or
just in this room? Oh, okay, everywhere in the house.
Everywhere in this house, that little turtle mould.
Oh, okay. Well, it's between 20 and 30.
We'll see. I'm going to go on a turtle hunt.
I'm going to hide them just for fun. See how many you can find.
You'll never find them again.
I know.
It'll be like years down the road and you'll be like looking for something. Oh, there's a turtle. That
was like when you hid those mini eggs from me. He did. I mean, close your ears, some of you, because this is a tale of cruelty of the utmost level. So, back during Easter time, there was a bag of mini eggs in the fridge that were mine, and they were taken from me and hidden. And he told me that if I could find them, I could have them. Now, just for clarity, they were a giant bag of mini eggs. Like, not a little bag, but a giant bag. And I thought, oh, okay then. And I hunted high and low in this house. And it turned out that he'd hid them. I've got a gauntlet from the Marvel films.
The Thanos gauntlet.
It's the Iron Man.
The Iron Man gauntlet.
It's a replica of the Iron Man gauntlet. And that is on my unit in the living room.
Yeah.
And he'd lifted that up and put the mini eggs in there and then put the gauntlet over it. But the gauntlet is something that should never ever be touched. But he touched it to hide my mini eggs. Took me weeks to find them.
I know, it was hilarious. But you're not very good at finding stuff.
Well, no.
I mean, I put your Christmas present right next to your seat. And it was there for about a month before Christmas, and you didn't even notice it was there.
Well, I'm not.
And it come to Christmas Day, he said, "Can I have my present now?" And I went, "Yeah, it's right next to you." And the rant was hilarious. It was worth it just for that.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't looking for presents there, was I? I was looking under the tree, where there was nothing, and it looked like you'd forgotten me. I mean, how could anyone ever forget me? But, you know.
Yeah.
There it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm quite a plannerson when it comes to Christmas.
I know. You've bought my Christmas present in February before now.
Yeah. In fact, one Christmas, I bought, even before we'd had that Christmas, I bought you a Christmas present for the next Christmas.
Yeah, you did. I remember that, and I was like, you're insane.
Yeah.
You're just a crazy person. Anyway, back to my turtles. So, because I am as blind as a bat, I actually had to take my glasses off so that I could see what I was doing. I think I need to go get them checked. But anyway.
If you got them checked, you wouldn't be able to see at all, because there'd be like squares in there.
Oh, shush. So I took a silver pen and I just highlighted some of the markings on the turtle.
Yeah.
Which was the shell. All around. Just because I thought it gave it that zhuzh.
A bit of zhuzh.
Yeah, it zhuzhed it a little bit.
Bit of definition.
Yeah. A little bit.
Although you don't really see it on there.
You don't see it very much. It's very subtle on that part. But you do see it from certain angles, and there's a...
Tilt your head.
If you tilt your head and squint a little bit, you absolutely do see it. No. There's like a little... I don't know what it... Like a little pattern, like a little swirly pattern.
Yeah.
So I went through and I did all of those. That's just me changing my YouTube video, because I think I did this and I was watching true crime all day.
Yeah. Well, you pretty much do that most days.
Not most days, I don't.
There's always some form of gruesome thing going on.
Well, no, I watch there are a particular number of channels that I do enjoy watching, and I watch those. And this particular day, I was binging a particular channel, and there we have it.
Yeah,
that is him all finished.
But don't look at the back of the head.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they're really cool, and I've got Aquacast ones, which I'm looking forward to playing around with and turning into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Anyway, that's us.
Yeah.
So, if you like our creative sort of chaos, please do feel free to hit that like button.
Yeah, and while you're down there, give the subscribe a little tickle.
And we will hopefully...
Oh, you've missed a little bit.
What have I missed?
Wow. And if you have already, thank you very much. I do apologise.
Oh, I've lost the plot today. It's because you threw me. You see, I had it all in my head what I was going to say throughout the whole video, and then you just went whoosh off topic, and that's
unlike me.
It's very unlike us. Normally we are fixated with what we've made, what we've done.
Consummate professionals.
Yes, indeed, all the way start to finish.
Yep.
But today it's just been higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah.
So, if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. We 100% thoroughly appreciate you.
Yeah.
And if you're not busy tomorrow, tomorrow is our 1 year anniversary of
our first video on YouTube.
Our first ever video on YouTube.
Yeah.
2 things. Firstly, whatever you do not go back and watch it again, because it's what's the word? Rubbish. It's not rubbish. It's very different. It's very different to what we do now.
8 p.m. BST tomorrow.
Yes, and hopefully we will see you there.
Yeah.
And you can ask us whatever you like.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.